We are the ad agency for small businesses. We help with brand strategy, social media, web design, really anything that you would need in a marketing department. Marketing today is no longer a one-person job, so we offer that solution to be an outsourced marketing department, as many small businesses don't have the resources to staff all those positions in-house. So by doing this work, we get to really work at staying at the forefront of what works in marketing, and then it's really fun for me to come and share those examples with all of you. So just for being here today, I have great news. You have a chance to be a winner. I love prizes. I have to keep you all awake. I know you've been sitting for a while. So here's how to participate. You are encouraged to take a photo of the presentation, of the person next to you, put it on social media, either LinkedIn or Facebook, and if you put it on Facebook, it needs to be a public post. Use hashtag #RockYourBrand, preferably you tag Dane Buy Local, or put something on LinkedIn and say that you're with me, so anytime during the presentation, this is a positive thing, you're allowed to take a picture. We're going to practice what we preach about the things I'm going to teach you today about using social media. So at the end, if you do this, you might have a chance to win something. And it's chocolate from Yellen Brocious. So you might want to win. So tag me on Facebook or LinkedIn, tag Dane Buy Local. Okay, pop quiz. I'm going to show you a few photos, and then I'm looking for input on what you think the common thread is. So we've got Taylor Swift, Mark Zuckerberg, Gabby Douglas, Olympian. This is my cousin and her family. We were born a few weeks apart. She has a big growing family. The Duggar sisters, Miley Cyrus. So that's kind of confusing. Duggar sisters, Miley Cyrus, not sure there. That's my brother and his fiance. My husband and I and our spoiled puppies. Okay, so what do we all have in common? Anybody? She said we're young. Thank you so much. My birthday's coming up. I need to hear that. Anything else?
You're millennials.
We are all dun 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 millennials. I think it's funny sometimes when clients talk with me and they say things like, "Oh, you know those millennials who don't want to work," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, like me." So yes, that is something we all have in common. We are all millennials, but as you probably picked up, we're all quite different. Really, the thing that millennials have in common is that we grew up with technology. Millennials were born from 82 to early 2000s. So who in the room wants to fess up and admit to being a millennial?
Oh, I will.
Okay, who has children who are millennials? Okay, awesome, that's like 50-50. So, we're the largest generation in the US. We make up about 50% of the workforce. So we're kind of here to stay. Why this should matter to you is that millennials are making up more and more of your customer base, of your fellow colleagues, of your employees, and our generation is shifting the corporate environment and really influencing marketing trends in the way that marketing is done today. So the good news is that what I'm going to teach you are really just good marketing strategies no matter who you're marketing to, but especially more than ever if you have a millennial market base, this is really important to learn some of these strategies. So again, the important thing to remember is that millennials aren't all the same. So when you talk about generalizations like all millennials don't want to work, or all millennials want to travel a lot, or all millennials are buying homes younger or not buying homes, really none of those statements can be true, but what is true is that we really embrace and use technology more than any other generation. So what you're going to get today are insights on millennials, some top 3 shifts in marketing to learn to market to millennials. And so, like I already covered, we aren't all the same. We live in a fast-paced world. We quickly consume a lot of information. We use multi-screens and we use social media more than any other generation. We do a lot of research on our own. So this is really important because your business needs to be able to provide information to millennials in the way that they're seeking it, which is very different from how things were done 10, 20 years ago. We highly value advice from peers, and we're tech savvy. So the first shift that's different, if you were maybe in business 10 or 20 years ago, you need to be accessible at all times. And what I mean by that is, if people are at home on the weekend thinking about making a purchasing decision, they're not waiting until Monday morning to give you a call. They're going online right now to find you. Your website is your 24/7 store. So really, no matter your business, every business should have a website, and that's your opportunity to always be selling to your prospective customers. Now, everyone pretty much knows that by now, but a few pointers that some businesses are missing the mark on. First, you need to drive customers to your website. Then you want to greet them, and then you want to capture them. And that's the piece where a lot of businesses have done the work of getting a website, and now I encourage you to take it a step further. And what I say with capturing is, what are you doing for lead capture? Is there something where they can put their email in to receive coupon offers or receive email marketing updates? This is very valuable to allow someone to hand over their email to you. If they have the opportunity to do that, they're giving you permission to keep marketing to them. So if you have a website and you don't yet have something in place where you're capturing the visitors, I encourage you to make that a priority this year, because that gives you an opportunity to get all that website traffic and make more with it. So the way that we drive people to our website is content marketing, or really simply, I say just teach what you know. That can be done through video, that can be done through blogging. So you can write content that's about something that you're knowledgeable about, and by writing that content, it makes people more likely, millennials more likely, to be able to find your website. So we know that millennials do research online. So you need to be writing about the services that you offer and what you can teach them about, so that when I type my search phrase in, like how to repair my leaky roof, if you're a roofing company, you want me to land on your website. I'm doing the research because I'm a millennial and I need to know everything about it, but I'm not going to do it myself. I'm still going to hire a roofing company. The point is that you want to be the educational resource through the serving style of selling. You're serving the millennial with the education, and that's how you sell to them. So this is on the handout. It gives you a number of ways that if you put the energy into creating some sort of piece of content, of something you can teach about, there are a lot of ways that you can take that one piece of content and make it work for you over the course of the year, and that's on the handout. And so I'm just going to give a few examples. So 2.5 years ago when I started the business, I wrote a blog that was how to develop blog content. I'm like, let me just come up with something simple to educate people. I keep hearing from companies that they're overwhelmed, they don't know how to write a blog. So I wrote a blog with an infographic that teaches people how to write a blog. And 2.5 years later, this still consistently drives new leads to my website from people who are searching how to develop a blog or how to develop blog content. So I put it on my website, I made a graphic that was nice for social sharing, I submitted it to InBusiness and they included it in their online easing. I broke it out into social media posts, I shared it in my networking groups, I shared it, I'm a member of MESBA, they put it on their website, just like we've shared content with Dane Buy Local in the past, and they put it in the email marketing. And then I turned it into a lead magnet on our website. So when you come to our website, it says, hey, do you want to get a free content planning guide? Which, so that was an offer I put within the blog post. So within the body of that blog post on how to blog, it also included a click-through to sign up to get a free content planning guide. So not only am I trying to drive people to the blog post, I'm trying to drive them further to get them to give me their email to get something of value. So remember, this is all important because the things we know about millennials are that we live in a fast-paced world, and you need to find ways to always be accessible, and that doesn't mean constantly responding to emails and constantly answering your phone. It means putting education and information online that millennials can find when they want to find it. And teaching what you know is a way we can do that. I believe everyone in this room can teach something that you know. So we're going to do a few-minute table conversation. And if you want to get with other tables so you have enough people, that's fine. I'll time you. We'll do this for like 3 or 4 minutes. And our goal with this is for each person at the table to take away something that you're expert at, really knowledgeable about, that you could teach your customers. You could leave, you could make a video and put it on social media, you could write a blog post, but have a little table conversation and come up with what are misconceptions in your industry that you would really like to set the record straight. That would be a really great content piece. Or what are changes coming this year that your audience, your customers need to know about. No matter the industry, there are usually changes happening. So let's do a few-minute conversation, I'll time you, and have a little table talk and see if you can identify some topics that each of you could be teaching others about. All right, start now.
I work for Project Home, and we do a lot of energy efficiency work on people's homes and residential. And the biggest thing that people often think of when their house is cold is they need to change their windows. When in reality, a lot of times it has to do with everything else that's happening in the house, and changing the windows is not going to be that beneficial. It also costs a lot. So the biggest and best investment is to do insulation and air sealing upgrades and address what's happening in the whole home. But it's really difficult to get people to realize that because marketing for windows is really strong. Plus, you buy your window, you feel a draft or something like a draft, and that's what everybody thinks of. So it's a big challenge for us in the energy efficiency side.
That's great, and that could be titled in so many ways, like the first thing you need to do if your home is drafty or cold, or why you don't actually need to replace your windows, or something catchy that helps show people another perspective and give them the education on that topic. So, okay, awesome. I'll check back and should we say 3 months to see if you've read the article or made a video? Hopefully everyone found something that you wrote down, commit to. Once you at least say you're going to do it, it makes you more likely to do it. Now we just have to do it. But everyone can teach something that you know, or someone within your organization can. And that's really important for marketing to millennials. And I touched on the email marketing. That's the next layer to it. So you develop content and then make sure that you have a way to capture those leads that are coming in. The next thing is thinking about your marketing as ways to create experiences. Not just thinking about the same old outbound advertising, which is important, but how can you make it a fully integrated experience? So we know that millennials say that they're more likely to become a customer if they participate in an event. They report that they're more likely to make a purchase. So think about what can you do to make an experience that is more likely to be shared on social media, for example. So this was from the Bar Rescue show, where there was a bar that was really struggling in Texas. So the show came in with the idea to create this photo booth within the tavern. And like the weekend that they opened this, the place was flooded, and they had people waiting in lines just to come in and take their what do you call it? Mugshot, yes. So now that's kind of become the iconic thing, like let's go to XYZ bar and get her a mugshot. So is that something that a coffee bar could do, or a tavern, or a restaurant? It's just thinking a little more about how can you promote your business and create something shareable that makes more of a memorable experience. And so people will remember all that time they went, not just to the coffee shop, but the coffee shop with that really cool photo booth or that really cool thing. So this was an event that we were involved in for an organization, Mesba, where it was really simple, but they had a motorcycle you could pose with, and then they used their hashtag. So just having things at your events where it makes it more likely to take a picture. Sustain Dane, their fundraiser, they do a trash and fashion show. They're all about raising awareness for the environment and better practices. So they dressed up in trash. Here's a simple one for realtors or mortgage lenders or anyone who sells a service or you help someone, where you can ask their permission to take their photo and then share it online. It sounds so simple, but some people are missing out. We all have customers. Maybe we just need to start asking them if we can take a picture with them to welcome them as a customer, congratulate them for their purchase decision. Millennials are more likely to look to their peers to get advice about who they should work with and hire. So if you just sold a product or service and then your customer shares it, you're more likely to get referrals from their entire network. But if you don't give them a reason or something to share, so just be excited and say, can we take a picture for social media? It's so simple, but sometimes we're missing that. So think about what you can do to create an experience, maybe make some notes. Look at the marketing you're already doing and say, how can we add an element that makes it a little more memorable or more likely to be shared on social media? And then let's talk about using social media. So some people are really advanced with social media, and I talk to some people who are still overwhelmed with just getting started on Facebook or a LinkedIn profile. So no matter where you're at, and if you find some takeaway or find something you can do to improve, but I always say whatever you do, do it consistently. So if you're struggling, just start with one thing. Wherever the places where most of your customers are, video is going to get seen and shared the most, followed by an image, followed by a link, and then followed by just writing a content post. So always try when you're writing content to pair it with a video or a click-through link to an article. Okay, so here's an example. I'm also a musician. This was just from a few days ago. So we completed a music video. So we shared it. We said a female-fronted metal band that seriously kicks it. Because I couldn't swear on Facebook. Take a listen for yourself. So we want to create conversation with social media. And here's an example of how we did that. We turned something into that could have been a negative, we turned it into a positive. So this guy said, I'm not sure I would go as far as calling this metal, but it's not bad for hard rock though. So someone might be like, oh, that guy said it's not bad. But instead I replied, hey, thanks for your comment. We definitely ride the line back and forth between hard rock and metal. It's one of those funny things. We're not metal enough for the metalheads, and we're too hard for the rock fans. New category, light metal. And so he wrote back, it was not meant as an insult or to be a negative, so I'm super happy you all didn't take it that way. I did enjoy it either way. I'm honestly surprised to have gotten a response from the band itself, so that's pretty rad. Yeah, and I can go with light metal, but either way I would totally rock to you all. Keep putting out awesome music. Wow. So when you want to get engaged, you want to ask people questions, you want to share content, and if you get a comment back that might seem like they're not super jazzed about what you're offering, just find a way to make it positive and create the conversation. So that's what we did, was just look for a way to keep the conversation going, and it turned out to be positive, and I think you went and liked our page. If you give client gifts, think about giving something interesting that either supports maybe fellow Dane Buy Local members. You can support your fellow business, and you can even put that on your social media. Like, we're so happy to partner with Rosie's, and give gift cards to our new customers. And your customers are more likely to share it if they get something really cool and memorable, rather than the same old, maybe, I don't know. There's, the same old. So you gotta find a way to make it cool. Like maybe a custom-made stamper or a home emergency kit where every time they pull that out, they're gonna remember that gift was from your company. Just thinking about things that customer gifts that your customers are more likely to tag you online, because that helps promote you and your business to their entire network. Another suggestion for social media is using relevant hashtags, whatever's relevant in your industry. This allows people who are looking at that content to find you. So I just listed a bunch that I could use for marketing, like digital marketing, content, branding, small business, shop local. If you aren't sure what to use for your business, you can do an online search and get ideas. And so here are some examples of, going on social media, and we tagged the fellow partners. Like we donated something to an event, and we tagged the massage business and the golf program. We tagged them. We used a relevant hashtag. So you want to be constantly promoting your partners. And then here's another example. We just did a team retreat, and we did hashtag company culture, because that's a growing conversation, and we're finding that we're getting more and more customers hiring us to help them with marketing, not only because they want to market to customers, but they're having a hard time keeping up with talent recruitment. So we're finding that more and more of our customers are healthy and growing. They want to get customers, but they also want to be really appealing to talent. So we're using the hashtag company culture because we're finding that more of our customers care about that. So if you know that there are topics that more of your customers care about, use that hashtag. So company culture, and then when you look on Instagram, if someone touches that, they tap company culture, they can see all the other posts coming up that are related to company culture. So if there's a business in Madison using Instagram and they care about that, we want to make sure that they're seeing us because we could potentially be a good partner for them. Where's the timer person? How am I doing on time? Okay. Oh, I'm supposed to be done? Oh man, I never saw the 5 minutes. Okay, I want to wrap it up. The point is, millennials, we can all be very different. My brother and I, completely different people, but we're both millennials. You want to teach what you know, create an experience, use social media, and we have a winner, and it was Tim. I checked at the break, so thank you, Tim, for participating. I'm so sorry I went over. I never saw the waiting me down. Thank you. If anyone has questions, let me know afterward. Thank you.